Consensus in Singapore, and we're here with a very interesting project. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Edward Mason, and I'm the founder and CEO of the core.live network. We have been developing the world's first blockchain console. This is an Android-based device, the most powerful Android device in the world. It is a micro form factor, small enough to clip onto your belt, and it also supports any open VR headsets like your HTC Vive. Now, on top of that, there's an extra awesome thing. The hardware in here, the Tegra X2, NVIDIA's latest technology, we have built our own custom Android operating system. And within this device, it can support any traditional Android content. You can also, when you're not using all of your horsepower, you can add your unutilized horsepower to the core.live network, and core.live will then rent that horsepower out to anyone who needs a lot of AI compute power. We take the money from those users and we pass it back to the end user. So for the first time, you have a games console that enables mining and enables the payment of money and cryptocurrency back to the user when they're not using it.
All right. Oh, that sounds good. So how did you came on this idea?
So we started in about 2012. We built the world's first wireless virtual reality headset. And every year thereafter, we built a new prototype that we felt would help unify this rapidly fragmenting industry. We built about 8 different prototypes over the years. Each one has solved a big issue that plagued virtual reality. We built the world's first HD headset, the first wireless headset, the first 2.5K headset, the first cross-platform headset. And then we realized that us building our own headset wasn't going to help the world. Instead, we should build a micro form factor device that would support any existing virtual reality headset. But of course, the main issue with VR today is you have to plug it into a PC. Yeah. And so what we've done here is we have incredibly powerful horsepower, and we allow users to plug a headset into a device that can be worn on the person. And so you now have PC-grade tracking and PC-grade graphics in a console that is not tied to the machine anymore, or tied to the floor anymore. So you can literally get up and walk around.
How does the blockchain come in play?
So we have a very clever blockchain engine. We effectively ring-fence a lot of the digital virtual assets that you have in the device, and if the user chooses to, it's entirely opt-in, they can now choose who purchases their data. Instead of just clicking a checkbox and then losing all ownership of your data, we've effectively allowed users to monetize their data if they so wish, and we will provide them the marketplaces for advertisers or for game developers that want the analytics for how content is being played, and we have a whole variety of use cases that allow users to monetize their own data with the users and the developers being in control.
And it's dependent on the Android platform. How does it work with the data privacy? I know Android is from Google. We all know Google.
Absolutely. Well, Android is an open operating system. For a Google version of Android, that comes with GSM, basically the Google Play Store, a whole bunch of bits and pieces that Google released to the world. Now, you don't necessarily need to have that in the device. As it stands, we don't have any GSM in the device. It's just a vanilla Android build that has been customized by our engineers to work on the Tegra X2, which is NVIDIA's latest chipset. Immensely powerful, but most importantly, we really have a keen focus on user control or data control by the user. And instead of just passing data away to whoever wants it, we're allowing the user to choose. If they don't want to sell any data, their data is stored safely on the device. If they do want to sell it, then we have the marketplace that's presented to them, and they can effectively choose, right, I'm happy with this developer seeing my analytics or that advertiser seeing my attention. And all of that is data that we can then sell to those people with the user's permission, and the user, for the first time, receives money back for their own data.
And actually, you're looking for the community. What is actually the retail price?
So we're shipping to developers at the moment for about £500. This is really, we're shipping to select developers. You can go to the website and you can put an application process through, and then our team will review the application process. We see what you've built in the past, what you intend to build, and if we like you, then we'll send you out the hardware pretty damn quick.
So it's focused on developers, not specifically on retail consumers.
The consumer device will come end of Q1, but really, as they say, content is king. And we have such an immense amount of horsepower here that for the first time has been brought to Android, there is no existing content that could utilize all of the horsepower. So we're shipping to developers first to create this new wave of Android content that leverages the Tegra X2, and to allow users and developers and everyone worldwide to experience what PC-grade hardware can deliver to an Android-based device.
Okay, sounds good. And what kind of applications are you thinking of? Obviously games or.
Of course. So we support all traditional Android content. We can also support much later content that would be your AAA gaming content as well. We haven't announced our partners yet, but we have some of the biggest games industries out there who have either received hardware or are about to receive hardware. But of course, it's not just gaming. This can be used for simulations. Because we support virtual reality, a lot of healthcare, a lot of education, a whole bunch of different use cases that really you're limited only by your imagination.
Are you doing a token sale as well, or?
We're about to announce the ICO. We're in the process of doing some private rounds for the moment, but certainly we'll have a public ICO coming in the not too distant future.
And it's built on the Ethereum blockchain?
We are developing that. The initial token is going to be ERC20 compatible, but of course past that we haven't announced, but we have something cool up our sleeve.
All right. So the public sale of the token starts next?
It'll be beginning of next year.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. If people are interested, they can go to which website?
Core.live. Nice and easy.
.live.
Lovely. Thank you, sir. Once again. Great.